Hi, and welcome back to the Gentle Business Revolution podcast. This is season number 2 of the show where we talk about marketing your business by disrupting the current marketing paradigm. This is episode 9, and I'm Sarah Santacroce, your host. And you know that you're in the right place if you are a heart-centered entrepreneur who is looking for a better way to market your business, or you are an entrepreneur who is tired of the traditional marketing model and are ready for a paradigm shift. Real quick before I begin, while you listen to this episode, I'd love for you to go over to thegentlebusinessrevolution.com and download the Gentle Business Manifesto so that you can read it later. There's no opt-in, just an invite to join the Gentle Business Revolution. Today, I want to spend some time on one of the quotes and books that has led me to the creation of the Gentle Marketing Revolution program. It's Daniel H. Pink's work. The book is called A Whole New Mind, and the quote I'm talking about goes like this. We've progressed from a society of farmers to a society of factory workers to a society of knowledge workers. And now we're progressing yet again to a society of creators and empathizers, of pattern recognizers and meaning makers. So again, this quote is by Daniel H. Pink, and it resonates with me on so many levels. For example, it addresses that we're ready for this paradigm shift. And it's funny because he wrote this book quite a few years ago. I should have checked exactly when. But yeah, it's been out for a few years. And so he really has a good sense of the future, right? He knew this was coming. So from knowledge workers, the more credentials, the better, lawyers, accountants, MBAs, to creators, empathizers, pattern recognizers, and meaning makers. I mean, that is so true, right? That's the shift we're seeing. So who are these new people and what kind of skills do they have? Well, according to Daniel Pink, they are the creators, the storytellers, and the caregivers. Those who use their right side of the brain just as much as they use their left side. And it also resonates with me because of the focus on empathy and meaning making. Like the focus has really shifted from something transactional to something that can't be measured. It's not tangible and can't be easily imitated by a robot. So the human connection, emotions, and feelings, those things will never, or at least in my opinion, a robot will never be able to imitate those types of feelings. Pink calls it a move from the information age to the conceptual age. In his book, he talks about the 6 essential attitudes. Aptitudes. He calls them the 6 senses that one needs in order to thrive in the conceptual age. And they are design, story, symphony, empathy, play, and meaning. So let me read his description of each sense. So the first one is design, not just function, but also design. It's no longer sufficient to create a product, a service, an experience, or a lifestyle that's merely functional. Today, it's economically crucial and personally rewarding to create something that is also beautiful, whimsical, or emotionally engaging. The second one is story, not just argument, but also story. When our lives are brimming with information and data, it's not enough to marshal an effective argument. Someone somewhere will inevitably track down a counterpoint to rebut your point. The essence of persuasion, communication, and self-understanding has become the ability also to fashion a compelling narrative. The third one is symphony, not just focus, but also symphony. Much of the industrial and information age has required focus and specialization. But as white-collar work gets rooted to Asia and reduced to software, there's a new premium on the opposite aptitude, putting the pieces together, or what I call symphony. What's in the greatest demand today isn't analysis, but synthesis. Seeing the big picture, crossing boundaries, and being able to combine disparate pieces into an arresting new whole. The fourth one is empathy, not just logic, but also empathy. The capacity for logical thought is one of the things that makes us human. But in a world of ubiquitous information and advanced analytic tools, logic alone won't do. What will distinguish those who thrive will be their ability to understand what makes their fellow woman or man tick, to forge relationships, and to care for others. Obviously, this is a big one for me, this whole idea of bringing more kindness and empathy to the business. It's right there. Not just seriousness, but also play. So that's the fifth one, play. Ample evidence points to the enormous health and professional benefits of laughter, lightheartedness, games, and humor. There is a time to be serious, of course, but too much sobriety can be bad for your career and worse for your general well-being. In the conceptual age, in work and in life, we all need to play. Couldn't agree more. And I had to really learn to bring more play into my everyday life. Sixth one is not just accumulation, but also meaning. We live in a world of breathtaking material plenty that has freed hundreds of millions of people from day-to-day struggles and liberated us to pursue more significant desires, purpose, transcendence, and spiritual fulfillment. So can you see why this book has played such a big role in the development of the Gentle Marketing Revolution program? Except for Symphony, maybe, all the other senses are also addressed in my 7 Ps of conscious marketing. We address design in the P for products. Beauty and emotions play a big role in the new marketing paradigm as well. And it's not just about the text anymore. It's also about how it makes you feel. And a beautiful design makes you feel good. Story is what the new marketing paradigm is all about as well. And in order to be able to lead with stories, we need to first find out about who we are and what we stand for. And we do that in the first P that stands for passion, and in the second P that stands for personal power, where we really go into who we are and what kind of stories make who we are, right? So my big mission is definitely to bring more empathy and kindness to the business world. And instead of focusing so much on the pain, we focus on the positive outcome more. And we apply empathy and show the client that we understand his situation. Instead of putting a knife into his wounds, we inspire and aspire him to take action to change. The next sense he mentions is play. If we drop the marketing mask and get to our true selves, set boundaries for our energy, then we also create the space for creativity, ease, and play. This way, marketing can truly become a joyful process. And I think it's because we're doing too much that we then don't have the space for the creativity to come in. And finally, the last sense is meaning, which is equal to the first P of passion in my model. We figure out what's meaningful for us, how we create meaning for our clients. So there you have it. I wanted to really share this with you, and I highly recommend reading this book. So it's called I always forget if it's Whole New World or Whole New Mind. Whole New Mind by Daniel H. Pink. So that's the book that really also helped me create this new gentle marketing model, and all these different senses had such a big impact on me. And if this resonates, I really think you would also appreciate my 1-page marketing plan and the 7 daily emails that go with it. They'll go deeper into each P and kind of show you how these different Ps really also relate with Dan's different senses, I guess. You can get your copy at sarahsantacroce.com/1page. And as always, I'm linking to everything here in the show notes pages. So the show notes are at sarahsantacroce.com/GBR9. So that's it for this episode of the Gentle Business Revolution. Next week, I address the second P of personal power, and I will share a conversation I had last year with Nina Cook on the topic of limiting beliefs, which I think is a very important topic to look at in this with this idea of personal power and probably also taking the power back, right? So I hope you'll join me on this journey to a kinder marketing paradigm, and please invite your friends to join us by sharing this podcast or the Gentle Business Manifesto with them. Both can be found at theGentleBusinessRevolution.com. Let's be the change we want to see in the world. I'll talk to you again next week. Thank you.